Good afternoon, Bat Family. My name is Paula Wanter, and I get to be here with you today to introduce you to the newest addition to my collection, Arkham City Harley Quinn. You guys know I've been super excited for this statue. I am so glad that I get the opportunity to share with you today. This particular Harley statue is based on the 2011 Game of the Year, Arkham City. For those of you who aren't gamers, the story centers around the villains being walled off into the slummy parts of Gotham. They are left to their own devices. They are allowed to do what they will, except they have to stay in. The Joker is sick. He was taking the Titan formula and it has poisoned him. It's in his blood and it's basically killing him. So in typical Joker fashion, he shared that with Batman and some of the citizens of Gotham, and now Batman's trying to find a cure. Harley here, of course, is very desperate to save her puddin', so she also is in the mix and is a character that's playable in the game. So now we'll talk a little bit about the statue itself. We got some of the preliminaries out of the way. The statue is 1/3 in scale. The dimensions from one side to the other, well, it's a circle. The diameter is 21 inches, and the height from the silver ring around the bottom to her ponytail is 23.5. Okay, the regular edition was available for $12.49, and there was 200 of those. They are showing low stock on Prime 1, so you may want to get it on order if you were going to order that specific edition it's basically, I think, missing the Jester head. This is the DX version, is limited to 1,349. It is not currently on low stock, so you got a little more time with the DX. We'll talk a little bit about the details of the statue. The base is a museum style base, and those measurements, by the way, were from the bottom of the base. It is sitting on a turntable. I did not include the turntable in my measurements. The base is considered a museum style base, but there is a lot going on here. I'm just going to kind of spin this around a little for you. You'll see shell casings on the base. You'll have some liquid there where she's sitting. There is no gun associated with this statue, but they do have the casings there. They do have some detachable accessories. This is a bottle that goes with that liquid. It's called Johnny Daniels. And I don't know who Prime 1's trying to fool. That's a Jack Daniels bottle if I've ever seen one. But it does technically say Johnny Daniels. So that goes there near the spill. Another detachable accessory that you have is an ashtray. And it goes over here on the side. There's no magnet or anything, so really you could put it anywhere you wanted to. Another accessory is this plush Joker. Well, it's polystone, but it's meant to look like a stuffed animal. All sculpted. And this one is magnetized. It's supposed to sit over here. Like that. So again, it's your choice. You wouldn't have to put them on there if you didn't want to, but I think he adds character. Another detachable accessory is Harley's mallet. And there's a notch on the bottom, and it keys into the base right here. It looks like that. Okay, so the last of the accessories, the detachable accessories, is a Jack-in-the-Box, and he goes on the back. And any of you guys that had the Arkham Knight version of Harley know that she came with a Jack-in-the-Box. So I think that's a real nice nod to what came before. There's also this battering that goes into the back of the chair. There's a little slit right up here at the top. It does not stick out farther than the base, but it does stick out pretty good, so you want to make sure that doesn't get caught on anything. I like the fact with the detachable accessories that they gave us the opportunity to display the bat and the mallet together. I thought that was a really nice touch. So let's talk about the chair here. We have an old-fashioned leather chair. The material of the chair looks like leather, worn leather. There's also some rivets along the back of the chair, but there's really nice detail. There is no fabric on this statue at all. This is all sculpted. And they did a really good job making that leather look real. It also carried into Harley's outfit. Her boots have a leather pattern and they have rivets on her thigh-high boots. There's a little diamond pattern on her pants, and you can see the little stitching, but again, this is all sculpted. I'm going to swing it back around so you can see the back. I'm going to kind of show you the back of Harley since we're here. She has lowrider pants on, of course, and you see her thong. But anatomically, you also see her spine and some musculature here in the back. So I thought that was a nice touch. Anatomically, they did a really great job with this Harley. In the front of her corset, you can see more leather and there's stitching, rivets. You can also see her bra there. A little less busty, this Harley, is compared to the Arkham Knight version, but she's a beautiful woman and she doesn't really need all that anyway. So that was a difference I did note. The light coating of white paint on her face. Sometime with Harley, they put a little too much white paint, but this one, it's really nice. They didn't overdo it. Her skin is very smooth. She has slight pigmentation that's done with paint, but she is perfectly smooth. They did not use texture at all. She's perfectly smooth. They just used paint. You'll also see she has two tattoos, one on her hip, and then another one up here on her shoulder. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the portraits. This is my favorite portrait, the open mouth portrait. I like that one. The inside of her mouth looks wet. She has a very fun attitude going on there. I think that's my favorite one. I don't know, I go back and forth a little bit. They are all really good. There really isn't a bad portrait. One thing that you'll notice with these portraits though, the new 52 Harley, they changed the hair color of the pigtails. On this one, it's all about facial expression. The hair is the same and it's sculpted. I don't believe there's ever a rooted hair Harley, at least with the Prime 1. I don't know about anybody else, but the Prime 1 statues, they're all sculpted hair. This is the portrait that had people up in arms a little bit before her release, the Jester portrait. It was the bonus portrait from ordering direct from Prime 1. And I don't see any problems with it. I think it's a very good sculpt. She is looking off in another direction, which is similar to the one-to-one bust that came out recently. I have her as well. People said the same thing. Oh, her eyes are messed up. No, they aren't. She's just looking off in another direction. I don't see anything wrong with this portrait. So collectors, if you bought this statue to display and have a Jester Harley in your collection, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It really is a beautiful portrait. I'm not using this portrait because I already have a Jester Harley in my collection. I have the Iron Studios Harley, and the Jester portrait on that was the only one that I liked. So I use that. I don't need to use this portrait. I also want to show you, they gave you these little stands. For the head, so you can display them with the statue, which I think is a really nice addition, nice touch. It would be a real shame to have to put any of these portraits away because they are so beautiful. And this is the winking portrait. I'm going to put that on for you as well. So the height doesn't change between portraits because they're basically all the same. It's 23.5 to right here on all of them. So you don't have to worry about any variation with that. It's all in which portrait you want to use. And they're all beautiful. This final portrait's a little bit more serious. Looks a little more dangerous. Harley is fun and sweet and dangerous. I wouldn't want to mess with her. Not when she's wearing that face. I'm going to go ahead and spin this around for you, kind of slow so you can kind of see. I do own all the 1/3 Harleys from Prime 1. I have the Arkham Knight and I have the new 52. I also have the Iron Studios Harley. So if you guys have any questions about any of these Harleys, I love talking about Harley. Please hit me up. I could talk to you all day. She's a beautiful woman and I sure like looking at her, so I'm happy to have all of these in my collection. I have a lot of quarter scale too, if you're interested to talk. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about value. The regular edition, it was $12.49. It was a lower edition size than the DX, only 200. The shipping would be about the same on both statues. I paid $640 shipping to do the fast method of shipping. I am not sure what it would have been. I did not look. I did not want to know. I don't know what the shipping cost was for the economic shipping. But I paid $646 for fast shipping, and I paid another $145 in customs fees because I did get hit with customs. That was on top of the shipping costs. The base price for the statue of $13.49 is solid. She's worth every inch of that. Every penny. She's beautiful. I found no flaws. The paint is perfect. The colors that they chose are perfect. The way it was applied, there's shading in all the spots that there should be. She's got some pigmentation on the skin. Her face is perfect. I cannot find a single flaw with the paint, other than if you don't like the Jester head the way it's painted. I suppose you might see that as a flaw, but that comes with the DX version. So if you don't, if you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. So there you go. So for value, yeah, I mean, we've seen price increases over the past year, and I don't think those are going to go away, but I can say that I think she is worth every penny. Concept was perfect. It looks like she walked off the pages of the video game in the comics, so I have no problem with the concept. I think they've done some nice touches here. They kind of pay homage to the statues that came before, and I think they did a really good job with these portraits, kind of encapsulating what Harley is all about. They're fun and they're devious and sexy. I mean, it really captured who she was. So I really feel like they did a great job with the concept. if I had to say one drawback about my whole experience, it would not be with the statue. The statue, I really feel this is the best Harley Quinn to date. If I had to choose one, which obviously I can't because I have them all, it would be this one. I really think that she is the best one out there, and I am so happy to have her. I probably would not do fast shipping again. I have a little issue with Prime One. They don't really offer customer service to their customers. I contacted them several times when Harley appeared to be lost. I chased the statue all over Ohio and they were not any help at all and really didn't act like they cared when I told them. They blew me off. So can't really expect much from Prime One, and that is really unfortunate, but they know where our heart's at and they know how to get our money, so I guess they don't really have much reason to change. But the additional cost for shipping was pretty steep, and I probably, unless you're really needing it for a holiday or for some special occasion, I would probably just wait for the economy shipping and not mess with the fast shipping, because the H&L is a very unique experience, and it causes a lot of stress. So I would probably skip that. But the money spent for the statue was 100% worth it. I cannot find anything wrong with the statue. It is my favorite in my collection. I hope that you all will take the opportunity to go get her. If you haven't already, you will not be disappointed because she is perfect. That's about, like I said, if you guys have any questions, if there's anything you want better pictures of, or if I missed anything, please hit me up. I would be glad to send them to you. So just let me know. Be glad to help. Hugs and love to everyone. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.